All right. So, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Just My Two Cents. I'm super excited to be back with another video. So, I wanted to jump on here really quickly to do a live. We have a lot to talk about in regards to streaming updates. And instead of doing like three or four different videos, I decided to just go ahead and do one live stream all together discussing all of this. So this live stream might be a little long, but we have a lot to talk about. So I will go ahead and just say this. Please go ahead and like and share the video. And if you haven't already subscribed, all of those are free. And if you would like to support the channel, definitely hit the Cash App. But the best way to support the channel is definitely by liking and sharing and subscribing, which are all free. And I really appreciate all the new subscribers that we have so far. So let's go ahead and jump right in. So, the first streaming service that we're going to discuss is Netflix. Netflix, what are you doing? So, this is the article that I will be referencing for this particular live stream. So, Netflix is cracking down on password sharing, but people are not happy. And I talked about this on my last live. Even though Netflix has decided to charge $2.99 to those who share their passwords and allow people to use their accounts for free, a lot of people are not happy about this new endeavor that Netflix is going down. And the backlash is coming from a lot of people who have been a part of Netflix family for such a long time, or a subscriber, I'll put it like that, a subscriber. And they're really not feeling this additional fee, especially those who are younger subscribers of the platform. And one person even said, and they're quoted in this particular article, saying that on the front, they understand that Netflix has every right to do this. They understand that this is purely a business move from Netflix. However, they feel like it can be alienating some of its subscribers, and they find it a bit frustrating. And they are not the only one who feel like this. A lot of people voice their concerns on Twitter as well as other platforms that I have seen about Netflix charging $2.99 to subscribers who want to share their passwords and allow people to use their accounts for free. So we do understand that they have every right to do this, but if you have been turning a blind eye to it for so many years, and now you are charging the person who has the account during a time where it's really not a lot of financial stability out here for a lot of folks, it's kind of like a slap in the face to some people. And as a result of this, people are saying that Netflix did this because there is reports of slow subscriber growth, as well as a loss of revenue from people sharing their passwords, and it's really making it hard for them to invest in great new shows and TVs and films and all the other stuff. Well, a lot of people, as that person who voiced their concerns with this article, said that it can be alienating a lot of its subscribers, and is really making a lot of people look at the bottom line. And the bottom line is that you have to really consider what is Netflix offering in regards to the content that they currently have and that is coming down the pipeline compared to other streaming services such as Hulu, Amazon Prime, HBO Max, Disney Plus, all of the other ones that they are competing with now. You really have to decide, is having Netflix and paying about $15 a month worth it? Or is it worth to adventure and try out some of these other streaming services if you could only have, let's say, one streaming platform? And as I mentioned in my previous live, with Netflix, you're paying about $15 a month, probably 16 when you add tax, for one platform, when you can get Disney Plus, Hulu, as well as ESPN all in a bundle package for about $13.99 a month. And that's a lot. That is a lot for people to consider. And not only that, but you have to also to consider that if you have Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, HBO Max, and Disney Plus, a lot of people are paying around $43 to $65 a month, which is starting to get into a cable package price. And with that particular cable package price, it makes me wonder if people will continue to cut the cord or if people will continue to have all these streaming services. I know for me, for instance, Netflix is probably something I'll get in the summertime when my job slows down, and in December when we go on breaks. As far as Hulu, I usually have Hulu the entire year because I really like Hulu. I watch Hulu most of the time, as well as Disney Plus. I have kept that for quite a while now too. But I used to only have it for like October, November time periods. But I have Amazon Prime only because I have Amazon Prime, so that's the only reason I have Amazon Prime Video. But usually with having all of these, I don't have them at one time. I'm not interested in having them at all the time. And Netflix is something that I'm really not interested in having because I mean, $15 a month, and then now you are going to charge me to share my password with somebody else. And I feel like the people that I share my password with, they're really technologically not savvy. I'll put it like that. And with them being technologically not savvy, the only time they really know how to get on Netflix is when I'm there with them and they want to watch a movie that they have been waiting to watch for a while, or they will call me and ask, how do I turn on Netflix and how do I type it into search, or how do I even navigate the home screen on Netflix? And so it's really not cost effective for these people to even have Netflix in the first place. Because if they have Netflix and they don't even know how to work Netflix, it's really defeating the purpose of them having Netflix. It's really defeating the purpose of them paying what, 8, 15, or almost 20 something dollars a month for their Netflix package. So it's really not making sense to me. And I know for other people, it's really not making sense for their bottom line either. So I feel like Netflix really needs to be very careful, as the person who is quoted in the article is saying, about first not alienating those who have been loyal subscribers for years, but also treading carefully with this new I guess this new policy that they are trying to implement, because you can get a lot more content from Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN compared to Netflix. And some of these other platforms that are out here now are allowing people to bundle. I know with Amazon Prime, with some different streaming services, what I've seen in the last couple of months, they have allowed people to kind of bundle, or they will give you a discounted price off of some of those different streaming platforms. So Netflix has a lot more competition than what I think it realizes at the moment. And they just need to kind of be careful. They need to kind of be careful so that they don't price themselves outside of the market or make it to where people don't want to subscribe to them because not only the cost, but some of the back end stuff that they're doing too. So the next streaming platform that we will talk about is Disney Plus. Now, with Disney Plus, I'm really happy to hear that they will begin to introduce a cheaper ad-supported plan later on this year. And I think that's something positive because it will give people who want Disney Plus but might not be able to afford Disney Plus if they have another platform that they're paying for, into their streaming service regimen. So Disney announced that it will launch an ad-supported subscription plan later this year, and it will be priced and offered at a lower price than what their ad-free version is. Their ad-free version currently is $7.99 per month, but this new plan is supposed to be priced less, and I'm really excited about that. I feel like it's giving access to people who want Disney Plus but might not be able to add that $7 into their budget. And I'm excited to at least try it out. Now, I'm the type of person where I don't like ads, so I don't mind paying for the ad-free version of Disney Plus as well as Discovery Plus. But for those who might want to know how the ads and stuff are, I'm willing to try it for you all and to give you a review. Just let me know down in the comments. But I'm really excited to hear that about Disney. And I feel like compared to what you hear about Disney, especially the parks and stuff right now, I think that is moving in the right direction. So let's jump into Hulu and Peacock. So NBCU terminated its Hulu TV deal so it can keep current season shows for Peacock. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not really feeling what we are about to talk about, but let's go ahead and jump right into it. So NBC shows will no longer be available on Hulu day after air, starting with fall 2022 season. And NBC announced that it is reversing its streaming rights for its current season TV shows from Hulu. And basically, I'm not going to read all this, but essentially starting in September of this year, all the shows that we are able to pretty much watch that come from NBC Universal will no longer be available for you to watch on Hulu because they are reserving those for its Peacock service. And not all of the shows will be taken. Some of the shows they still have, I guess, a contract for a couple more years, such as Law and Order SVCU. This Is Us, The Mindy Project, 30 Rock, Parenthood, Friday Night Lights, and Will and Grace. And they have 2 new shows that they added in December from the international series, such as Bloods, and I think you say that is Creamery. I think that's how you say that. However, other shows starting in the fall will no longer be available on Hulu. So that's something for you to consider, such as like Saturday Night Live, The Voice, Law and Order, Organized Crime, along with the rest of NBCU's broadcast and cable line up. However, Hulu is emphasizing that this will not change the quality of content that we will be getting from them because they are trying to lean towards more original programming coming from Hulu. And I'm not really concerned about Hulu. I feel like I'm not concerned because I feel like they have such a broad catalog of things to watch that personally I would not miss it, but I feel like other people who watch some of those shows might miss it. Now, in addition to that, I do want to say that Peacock needs to kind of slow its roll just a little bit, okay? Because I did a review on Peacock about the streaming service and I was not impressed. I was not impressed by Peacock. I was not impressed with Peacock. The content that I offer is free version. I was not impressed with the paid version. Peacock is a streaming service that before they snatch content off of all these different streamers, they need to really do some internal work on it before they really try to take all these things off and say like, hey, the only way you can watch it if you go to Peacock or you get a subscription with Peacock. Because the way Peacock works right now, you'll be able to watch maybe the first episode for free, and then they'll have like something where you have to basically subscribe to one of the higher tiers or one of the paid tiers in order for you to watch the rest of it. So it's like a bait and switch type of situation. And to me, that's completely wrong. In addition to that, I feel like with Peacock, the streaming ability to just stream on just a regular TV is terrible. And I don't like to sit here and talk about streaming services in this type of way, but I just have to be honest because you just need to know what you might be getting into with them taking a lot of this stuff off of Hulu. So for instance, we were watching the Super Bowl, and so we got Peacock so we could watch the Super Bowl. And I kid you not, the Super Bowl was over before we were able to finish watching it on Peacock because it kept stopping, it kept buffering, and I will be real, like I was able to get on my computer internet was fast, my phone internet was fast. When I was watching it on the TV, it was just slow. It just streamed slow. Even when I tried to pull it up on my phone, it streamed slow. When I took my phone off of um Wi-Fi, it streamed slow. It's still on LTE. So at that point, I feel like it's not a consumer problem where it's streaming slow. I feel like it's the streaming service that's buffering and giving out that type of quality. They need to work on the quality before they try to take stuff off of people's off of Hulu. I just am a fan of Peacock. I'm just not a fan of Peacock. Maybe once they figure some stuff out, then I might be a fan of Peacock. But right now, I'm just not a fan of Peacock. I feel like just leave the stuff on Hulu for right now. And once you figure out how to stop all the buffering on the shows that you currently have on there, then we can talk. But right now, it's not. I'm not here for it. I'm not here. At first, I thought it was my internet, but if I jump off my internet and I try to watch it on LTE and it's still slow, it's not my internet. It's the platform. It's the platform, and I'm gonna keep it right there. But that's what's happening with that. In case you want to get Peacock, I would say wait until they fix Peacock, but to each his own. And lastly, we will discuss CNN Plus. Yes, somebody at CNN thought we needed a CNN Plus. So just to give you all a quick review of CNN Plus, it's a streaming service that will be focused on news and interviews and stories and all that good stuff. And you can now subscribe. And you can subscribe either for $2.99 a month currently, because right now they have a special going on, or after that special goes off, it's going to be $5.99 a month, or you can pay an annual fee of $59.99 a year, and I'm pretty sure you will need to expect to pay tax on that. Now, let's dive into what CNN is all about. Oh, also, this is the deal that they have. So if you subscribe today, you can get 50% off the standard monthly plan. And basically, I think it's for a lifetime of your subscription. And it ends on April 26, 2022, and you can cancel it at any time. So let's jump right into what CNN Plus includes. It includes live news coverage and exclusive reporting, on-demand original series and films, up to 12 live daily and weekly shows each day, interactive Q&As with experts via Interview Club, and commercial-free unlimited streaming. All right, and these are some of the shows and people that you will see on CNN Plus. And these are some more people that you will see on CNN Plus, such as some familiar faces and some new shows, as well as you will have the opportunity to ask questions in this interview club. I'm interested to see how the interview club will work. I will have to wait and see what other people say, because I'm going to be real. I am not going to subscribe to CNN Plus, because I feel like what is so exclusive that's going to be on CNN Plus that I can't see on regular CNN, or that I can't see on social media. Because a lot of times with these news stations, what they are failing to realize, a lot of people get the information from social media. If you want to know what's happening in the world, you can find a quick article on Twitter from a reputable source. Sometimes people just be putting stuff out there, but you can find something on Twitter, or you might see a post on Instagram that can take you to a reputable post and get news much faster than waiting for one of these people to discuss it. And yeah, I think the interview club might be cool, but if you have 50,000 people in a room and everybody wants to ask a question, how many questions are these people going to be able to get to? And will they get to some of the tough questions? Because we all know that sometimes when you ask an interview question or any type of question and the person doesn't want to answer it, they'll skip over it and ask, one of the easier questions for people to answer. So moving right along, so you can watch CNN wherever you are. They say you can use your Apple device, Apple TV, iOS, Fire TV, Android. You can watch on your computer. In addition to that, If you have a TV subscription, you can also watch it on that. And it says you can watch CNN, CNN International, HLN Live when you verify your paid TV subscription information on CNN Plus. And where can you stream it? And this is where you stream it right here. You can stream it using your web browser, the CNN mobile app, Android and iOS, or the CNN app on Apple TV and Amazon Fire TV streaming devices. And this is how CNN Plus is different from CNN. Basically, the only thing I can see right now is that it's supposed to be more interactive with the interview club, as well as exclusive live reporting news and things of that nature. But like I said, I really don't see how it's really that much different than CNN, other than it being more interactive. But I mean, I'm gonna leave it at that. So what is all of this telling me? What is just my 2 cents? My 2 cents is this. With all of these streaming services, especially if we just were to consider CNN for a minute having its own streaming service, I'm like, so are other news stations trying to get streaming services and make people pay? And if they do that, like, are people gonna be able to have access to the news for free? I just have questions. But in all seriousness, it's like these streaming services, they want everybody to pay to get access to their content, which makes me consider, should people go back to cable? Yeah, when you have these cable companies, we know why people are cutting the cable in the first place, because you get a cable package and it's pretty reasonable for the first year. And then the second year, it goes up astronomically. And then you always have to call and haggle with the person about the price, or you might pay a price 1 month and then next month it's like extremely high. Customer service people sometimes are rude. Sometimes the customers are rude to the customer service people. It's a lot, and then with the cable company, they have to come to your house and set up the boxes. They charge you for the boxes, they charge you for this, they charge you for that. When with a streaming service, all you have to do is just go in and put in a password, a form of payment, and you have access to it. So I can see why people are cutting the cord, but I feel like with all these streaming services, will it make people go back to cable? And I feel like also they are putting us in a position to where we have to pick and choose which streaming services we really want. And I'm just not really here for it. But understanding that people pay between $43 and $65 a month just to have Hulu, Netflix, HBO Max, Disney Plus, and Amazon Prime TV is a video. I'm just like, it's too much. Like, that is too much. That's a huge chunk of money. The reason we were supposed to have streaming services in the first place was to alleviate not only the cable company, but the high prices that came with the cable company. And with all of this now, yeah, the platform might only cost $7 or $5 or $6 or whatever a month. But as these streaming services continue to raise their prices, and as $5 and $6 and $10 begin to add up, it's going to get to a point to where we're paying more for streaming services than for cable. And then it makes some people who really look at the bottom line question if they should just, is it cheaper for them to have the cable company come out and for them to pay for the boxes and the remotes and then have to deal with the customer service people than for them to have 5 and 6, 7 passwords for all these 20,000 streaming services that are coming out. Also, I feel like some of these streaming services need to come together and try to figure out a bundle deal, because I feel like Hulu, Disney, and ESPN, I believe they're all owned by Disney, so that is probably why it makes sense for all of them to bundle. But some of these other people need to make a deal so they can all bundle, because it's getting ridiculous. Nobody should be paying $65 a month to have all these streaming services. They can bundle up. Everybody needs to understand that people don't have money like that right now to pay for all of these. And if you want to be competitive, that's the way to go, to bundle. So we will see. We will see. I know personally for myself, I'm not really into having all these streaming services. I'm really not. Also, I'm not into CNN. I'm not sure what CNN is doing. Peacock, leave your stuff on Hulu for right now until you figure out the back end workings of it. And I will say this. I feel like Peacock, it has potential, but I feel like they need to work on Peacock. I know I keep bringing Peacock up. I know we talked about Peacock a while ago, but I don't like how Peacock is pulling all its content off of Hulu to put it on a platform that's not necessarily ready to receive people, because it buffers and it does a bait and switch with saying like, oh, it's free. Yeah, it's free, but people will want to watch all of those different shows at one time, like how they binge watch on Netflix. They want to probably binge watch that. So why do a bait and switch, especially for people who say, okay, well, Peacock is free, and they go and they try to watch it, and then it's like, oh, well, I don't have, I think, how much is Peacock? $4 or $5 a month? I can't quite remember. I don't have this extra money, so now I'm just like left on a cliffhanger. I don't know. Yeah, I did not mean for this video to be that long, but we had a lot to cover in this particular live, and I just think it's a lot. I think Netflix needs to reconsider its password sharing. I think Disney is doing the right thing by offering an ad-free version. I mean, ad-free version, an ad-supported version. Maybe that's what Netflix needs to do. Follow Disney and add ads into it, so that if you want to get more subscribers, maybe consider that and lower the price some, and you might get somebody who's sharing the password to get their own account. I don't know. Also, Peacock, we already talked about Peacock. I'm gonna leave Peacock alone. I'm gonna leave Peacock and Hulu alone. But CNN, I'm not sure what you all have going on. I'm not sure who would want to sit here and watch the news all day, every day. I mean, I feel like people who do that, it can't be good for your mental health. It cannot. And I feel like having you subscribe to CNN Plus just so you can ask a question. Let me tell y'all something. I'm going to put y'all onto some game right quick before we jump off this. If you want to have access to some of these people that you see on CNN or ask a question, tweet them. A lot of people go live on Instagram and Facebook, and some people, they really will answer your questions in the comments. So ask a question in the comment, tweet them, follow them, and know when they're going on live, so like you can be one of the first people, so that you can ask a question, so they can answer your question. Engage with them on social media. I would say paying $5.99, or as they call it, the $2.99 special for a lifetime of the subscription right now, that's not the business. I can't see myself paying $60 a year for CNN. No, but I think this has become more of a rant. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump off, and make sure you like, you share, and you subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comments what you think about all this. Let me know. And until next time, I will see you all later. So have a great night, and peace.